everyone, Journeyman here, and welcome back to a Journeyman's Journey. Today is episode 10. Can't believe it's been 10 episodes of this series already. And we have our... I brought you back kind of a game early. It was supposed to be the Kiddisminster game that was supposed to be up next. However, I brought you up a game early. Just today we're going to play Harrogate and then Kiddisminster instead of Kiddisminster and Curzon Ashton. So the reason I brought you back for today's episode is actually going to be because the board has come to us with an possible extension for a contract. So I feel this is very important, since we're playing the game as realistic as possible, to go through some of the options and to give you guys get you guys involved in the contractual negotiations part. So let's see, we gave some interesting opinion discussing a new contract. Yeah, I mean, I'd like a new contract because my contract is up at the end of the season. We'll take a look. A new contract will be offered shortly. So obviously I am playing the game as realistic as I possibly can, which means I'm always on the lookout for potentially to move to a different club. Obviously I want to try and grow up the ranks as quick as possible. I've noticed that this team there are a few problems as far as financial issues. We are hemorrhaging money right now, and that's kind of my fault, I suppose. We're only a little bit over wage budget, but unfortunately we haven't really got the support, local support group or core to really generate a lot of income in. So alright, so they want a top half finish next season. They're willing to give me £4,500 in wages. Let's go ahead and accept the current vision just for now, and just to see what they're offering on paper. So currently I'm getting paid $275 a week, but they're willing to give me an extra £100, and they're willing to give me some bonuses for a change. This time a promotion wage of 15%, relegation wage drop of 35%, and percentage of club compensation required for managerial role. Okay, so they give me $375, so that's actually a decent increase. Yeah, £100. It's almost like a 30-40% increase on my wage right now. So £300 after tax. Okay, so I'm actually pretty happy with the club right now. We're doing really well in the league. We're still 4th place in the table, but despite a couple of defeats, and I'll show you those defeats just a moment on now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this guys another year, just because I looked out on the job market and I haven't really grown that much as a manager, unfortunately. They only managed to get a C-level license now, which is good, so we're up in the world in that one. But you'll notice that my attributes aren't really that good. So this means I'm not going to be a primary candidate to certainly the jobs that are available in the market right now. We'll look at the job center. There are a number of teams. The only teams that I could realistically perhaps apply for would be Mansfield and Swindon. I'm not going to get those jobs at all. So the job market is pretty thin right now. So to get a contract just under my belt, I feel like that's important, and I feel like that's something that needs to happen. I need to be set in stone for next season, and then if we make a move from there, we'll take it as we come. But for now, we'll accept a new deal, and we'll stay on with Brackley for at least one more season. So yeah, we'll just go through this real quick. There you go. Beautiful. So anyway, there's been a couple of games since the last time, and I've got a funny feeling the wheels are starting to fall off the old carts, because we've lost 2 in a row against teams that we should have beaten very comfortably. One was a 1-0 defeat at home to Chorley, and then the other was a 3-0 defeat at Spennymoor. Those are 2 games, honestly, that we should have won, and won pretty decent. As you can see, there's a lot more red showing up now at this part of the season. Now, I'm not quite sure why. I haven't really changed my tactical approach, so I'm starting to think that the AI has started to kind of work out what I'm doing tactical-wise, and starting to, counteract us, I suppose. I have given the guys a little bit of a team talk going into the next game up against Harrogate, which could be a bit of a key fixture. They are 6th. We are still 4th in the table, somehow. I'm not quite sure how. And then we play Kiddisminster just 2 days later. So this could be really big test today's episode, to see if we're going to stand a chance of maintaining our spot in the playoffs, because obviously to reach the playoffs in our first season would be really good and help attract maybe better players over the summer, so we can make that final push, maybe get promoted at the end of next season. Obviously I'm going to want to get promoted this season if possible. I mean, we do have the talents, it's just consistency seems to be our Achilles heel. Alright, so let's go ahead and skip forward to the Harrogate game. Injury news, couple of bits and pieces really. A few players are back and available now. Armstrong, as you can see, is full fitness. However, he's not only at 87% condition, so he's not going to play today. His match conditioning is borderline atrocious. And obviously, we've only got a few more games left in this season, believe it or not. I think we're down to... How many games left now? How many games left? We got we got 6 games left, so it really isn't a lot. And I mean, again, making the playoffs would be fantastic. But look at this. Look at the salary right now. The financial little box here on the right-hand side. Currently, £52,000 in the red. We're leaking money. We need to get some kind of investment from somewhere. And profit so far, we lost £18,000 on the year. Most of our money, unfortunately, has been lost through player wages. And as you can see, we're committed to spend $4,800. Obviously, a lot of the players that I haven't re-signed on a new deal will be leaving us, and that's a lot of money we'll get back from that. I am still in negotiations with a number of key players, however, to keep. But I'm going to have to start to be selective, a bit more selective on which players I keep because, again, we don't have any financial backing right now. And financial status so far is okay, but I can see that becoming insecure in the very near future, and that's something I really, really don't want to deal with. All right, so Harrogate at home. This should be a pretty tough game, honestly. Harrogate, I remember having a couple of really good players last time I checked them out. Who is the top goal scorer, just so be aware of it? Jordan Frellis, who apparently plays right wing and up top. He is a striker primarily, though. He's got 29 goals this season. That's a dangerous-looking player. Dominic Knowles also has 25 goals to his name. And then Simon Ainge, who is a defender and a centre-forward. Not many of those around still today. 11 goals to his name as well. So, yeah, so that's some of the key players for Harrogate. And obviously, I would like... out of these two games, the very tough games, I mean, I'd like to get away with perhaps, I don't know, if we can get 4 points from these two games, I'll be pretty happy. Not going to lie, especially after losing the last two games. So, anyway, going into today's game, this I'll go on. We're going to go with our strongest team against Harrogate, then perhaps do a rotation squad for the game against Kiddisminster next up. So this is how we're going to line up. I'm actually going to put Tommy Wright in instead of Lee Unlove. Lee Unlove's form has just... I don't know what's happened to him. He was an absolute superstar at the start of the season, and ever since the turn of the year, he's just been atrocious. He hasn't scored a goal since January 6th right now, and we're going on to April. So, yeah, it's been a bit of a struggle for him, unfortunately. Nothing lucky enough, Tommy Wright's come in, and he's done a pretty good job. I expected a bit more out of him, to be fair, but he's earned his spot in today's team. On the bench, everything looks okay there. Can James Armstrong go on the bench, perhaps? Yeah, could do Armstrong in there instead of Ellis Miles. Walker's still playing there as an attacking midfielder. Not a great fan of that, but we'll stick with it. Yeah, we'll stick with it just for now. Okay. So yeah, this is how I'm going to line up. No surprises really in the team. Team that you're all pretty familiar with at this point of the season. All right, so let's get this game going. Obviously, this is going to be a tough game. This is going to be a really tough game. Yeah, they signed it with Simon Ainge and Knowles up top. Thellis is going to be on the right wing. So it looks like they're playing kind of... Simon Ainge we know is a target man. That's no doubt about that. Knowles looks like it could be a poacher. So it could be a target man poacher scenario as a flat 4-4-2. Very, very British formation. I'm going to leave this to my assistant manager because I don't want to deal with that right now. So here we go. Up against Harrogate at home at St. James Park. Let's see if let's hope we get a win today. We desperately need it after losing 2 in a row and then drawing in the previous episode, last game out. So we have to start strong, though. That's the important thing. If we don't start strong, I find that we struggle in the second half. We're not a second half team. That's I can say that for a fact. I think we've conceded most of our goals. I think 75% of our goals have been conceded in the second half of the game. Something ridiculous stat like that came up. So that's something, perhaps something wrong with how I've built the squad as far as concentration goes. Maybe the guys get tired, and maybe I've got to be a bit aware and making tactical changes as we go through the game. All right, so here's Williams, here's Willow. Good football there. Tommy Wright can't get it, but there is Shane Byrne with the goal. Great goal there from Shaney. He's had a really good season so far. He got himself a new deal, of course, a big pay raise this year, but he's a key player for us in the middle of the park, so we needed to hold on to him, hence where he got that large chunk of money. When I say a large chunk of money at this level, it's like £350 a week. It's basically a full-time job for him, even though he's playing part-time. All right, so good start to the game there. 25 minutes in, getting himself a goal. Good. That's usually a good indication. And of course, Shane getting himself injured. Fantastic. He just returned from injury as well, so that's not particularly ideal. So we have Matt Law on the bench. He'll come in. Straight replacement. Haven't got to change anything about that. Okay, so yeah, it's consistency has definitely been a problem this year. We've gone on little runs where we won 4 or 5 in a row, and then we've been pegged back by some silly games, silly goals, and it's just been very frustrating because I felt like if we have found some consistency, we would be second, third, perhaps. I mean, chasing maybe Salford for the league title. So it's kind of annoying. But anyway, let's take a look at some of the reports here. We gained possession in the middle of the third of the pitch, but also lost possession in the same amount too. So yeah, that's fantastic information. I can really work with that. I'm going to say I'm pleased with things. Let's keep it going out there. 1-0. Not really forced to make any changes. Harrogate haven't really shown much thus far. Here's an early chance, and that's a terrible cross there from Simon Ainge. So yeah, Harrogate haven't really shown us much so far. We've been really good, very sound so far. There's the corner kick. Ooh, that was almost a goal there for Knowles. Of course, as soon as I mentioned something, Harrogate go on the attack and create a clear-cut chance. All right, so here's a goal kick. 5 minutes in. Yeah, looks like Harrogate have suddenly turned up here. They didn't turn up in the first half, but they're starting to create now. That's a good cross, and that's Ainge with the goal, 1-1. Oh, I shouldn't mention anything about how the opposition is playing because that just seems to piss them off, and they seem to score. So, 1-1. All right, so we have a game in our hands now because the way that Harrogate has started the second half makes me think we're in trouble. Who's marking him? All right. Okie dokie. All right, 2-1 down now. All of a sudden, just flip the switch, 2-1 down. Okay, so we got what we got now. 35 minutes to try and save this game. All right, so here's Tommy Wright. It's got to be a foul, hasn't he? He's hacked down there. There's Dean. Hits it long. Come on, Williams. Win that in the air. Nope. Can't do it. Here's Walker. Walker's got Tilney out left. You can find them. There's Wright. Playing Tilney. There you go. Tilney, great cross. That is to Williams. Get in there, Willow. Good finish there. Equalises. Great finish there. I tell you, Ben Tilney gets up the plank. He causes no end of problems for the opposition. It's going to be a hard job to replace him next season. He's only on loan, remember. I'd like to sign him on a permanent deal, but I'm not quite sure we're going to be able to meet his wage demands. Good finish there from Willow as well. He's starting to come really good too, and I mean, we're going to miss him next season. So, I mean, looking at the squad we have, we're going to be considerably weaker. I'm going to have to reinvest heavily. Losing the likes of Tilney, Sweeney, and Williams, it's going to be a big blow to the team. So I really, really want to get promoted just because we're going to be able to attract a much better quality of talent. Not to mention we'll get more budget too. Let's bring off Wright. Let's bring on Leon Love. Let's see if he can get himself a goal today. We desperately need Leon Love to start scoring again. He was an important part of our first half of the season and the success we've had so far. Where you going? Danny. Jesus, give me a heart attack there. All right. Come on, boys. Here's Walker to Wright. Right, that's a fantastic through ball. Willow's through on goal. Is he offside? He is not getting there. 3-2. What a game we have on our hands here. Great finish there from Willow. And there's Tommy Wright with the ball. Beautifully weighted ball and a good finish there for Aaron Williams. Yeah, we'll keep it. We'll still make the change. We'll bring on Lee regardless. All right, so 15 minutes to hold on now. Just be smart. Just be smart. Go on, Lee. Finish it, son. Ooh, unlucky there, Lee. I'm desperate for him to score, honestly, because I feel like if he gets one goal here, he could go on another run again. And, I mean, his play is going to be very important to our promotion push. Oh, that's a good effort there from Fallowfield. Got lucky there. All right, what should we do here? What should we do? Just try and solidify things. We could put in defensive midfielder. Could do that. Could bring on Armstrong to do that job because he can play there at a pinch. Not natural there, but he is okay there. We'll do him as a deep line playmaker, and let's put Byrne as an advanced playmaker. Let's try something a little bit different. Let's also go to a defensive mentality just to see out the game. We've only got 8 minutes to go. I don't usually change my tactics in this scenario, but I feel like this result could be very, very important for the remainder of the season. So 5 minutes left to go. Ball's hit long here. There's Knowles with the effort. we got pretty lucky there, didn't we? Yeah, we got lucky. All right, 6 minutes out on time. Come on, boys. Just got to hold out just a little bit more. Come on. 1 minute to go. Come on, boys. Let's hold on there. Be a crucial victory if you get it. There it is. Get in there. 3-2 win at home to Harrogate. Crucial victory, and Williams the star of the show today. So a good display from Willow up top. Shane Byrne also getting on the score sheet, which is great. Unfortunately, he picked up a knock. Hopefully, it's nothing too bad. Good win there, boys. Good stuff. Let's check out the injury news for Shane. He's going to miss the next game. That's a certainty. But, oh, geez, 12 to 15 days. That's a big blow for us. Pulled ankle ligaments, too. That's a bad injury. All right. So, yeah, we're going into the next game against Kiddisminster. Obviously, just 2 days in between the games. That's not ideal, is it? Especially for a part-time club. Honestly, I mean, I wonder how. I wonder if they've got to ask for time off. If they've got to book time off work to get into some of these games. Because having 3 days off to play football, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure when some of these guys are going to be available in the real life scenarios, if they have the full-time jobs or the part-time jobs to go alongside of this, because you can't live off the wage that we're paying them at this level. So Kiddisminster away next up. They've slipped to 12th, so it says to me that I either drew or lost the last game. So hopefully we'll take our form up against theirs and we'll punish them for it. We are playing away from home, so that makes things a little bit more difficult. Here's the squad dynamics screen in case you're interested. Nothing really too interesting out of that. Financial report, that's depressing stuff. Don't want to go over that. All right, so there'll have to be changes in the next game. There have to be changes. I'm going to wait all the way up just before kick-off before I make those changes, though. It's probably not very wise of me to do that, but I want to give these guys as much chance as I can to heal and repair themselves, because our strongest 11 is what's required up against Kiddisminster today. All right, come on, boys. Inconsistent form, that's great. So are they. All right, so everyone's about the early 90% mark. We do have options on the bench. We could switch things around. So Byrne is definitely out. He's not playing today. Holmes, however, is available. He will start. Instead of Byrne, should we put in Armson? Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do Matt Lowe instead of Sweeney. Not much difference in conditioning for those two players there, but we'll go with it. Williams is struggling. 91%, but he is a key for us. He's now equal top goal scorer alongside Leon Love. At the back, Tilney could play Franklin instead. Yeah, we'll do that. Right back, we have Ellis Miles. He's always done well every time he's played, so I'm going to trust him today. I've got a funny feeling that now I've said that, it's going to come back and haunt me. Luke Graham. Haven't really got any other options, have we? All right, we'll go with this. All right, Chris Speed is there too. Could play him. Yeah. All right. So here we go. I'm going to go with the ball. I'm going to go with these guys up against Kiddisminster. A little bit of a 4-4-2 with a deep player there, protecting the back line. Ryan Crossdale. Who is top goal scorer? Jaden Nantry. He's got 16 goals in the league this season. Looks like a decent poacher. That's a player I was actually thinking about signing at one point on loan. He is on loan from Wimbledon right now. He was on my radar, but I figured we didn't need him. Kind of regretting it now. He's got a few goals for them. Andre Wright is partner him. Nothing special, really, is it? They've got nothing that scares me. Put it that way. They've got nothing that scares me in this team. So we hopefully will go out and we'll do a good job here and we'll beat this team as well. Because 2 wins in a row at this point in the season would essentially secure our spot in the playoffs. All right, so here we go. Love the Kiddisminster kit, by the way. I don't know why. I just love that red and white design. You know, the Fire Nord design, or in this case, the Kiddisminster design. I love that style of kit. Sorry, my little assistant manager over there, my little budgie, he won't shut up right now. Maybe he's giving me a little team talk. Maybe he's giving me little tips, as it were. Maybe he's giving me some of that. Maybe I should listen. Probably be a better manager than I would, be honest with you. Here's Tommy Wright. Oh, come on, Tommy. I expected more from him when I signed him in January. I expected him to be a real goal-scoring threat at this level, but he just hasn't found it. Maybe because I'm playing out of his role. He's really more of a defensive forward. I'm using a bit more of a poacher. So he's not natural to that kind of role. Perhaps that's the problem. Maybe he's not a goal scorer. Maybe he's a bit more of a creative forward. Maybe that's the issue. But whatever the case is, he hasn't scored enough goals for me. All right, so come on, boys. Win that one. Good stuff, Dino. Here's Walker, Matty Lowe. Go on, Willow. You're going to find there. Holds at the play. Good target man play there. Just holds at the ball, slows things down, brings other players into it. Does a good job as a target man. All right, Dean hits it long to no one. Andrew's got the legs on Dean. Crosses it in near post, and Lewis gathers it off the post. I think it's that it hit the post. Definitely wasn't a shot. Would have been a very, very bad goal to concede if Daniel Lewis let that one in. All right, so halftime has gone. Only a one shot. It wasn't on target. Good possession, though. But apart from that, not much else going in our favour. I expected this. I expected this kind of performance, to be honest with you. I expected the boys to be tired and a little bit sluggish out there. So I'm going to bring on Leon Love for the second half. I'm going to have faith in him. I think he could be the difference today. He's got plenty of pace. He's a good finisher. And he just needs to get himself a goal here to get him rolling again. Alright, so, and honestly, they haven't threatened much either. They're in a one-shot on goal themselves. So they're starting to struggle as well if you look at their condition. Here's Connor Franklin. He's going to throw it in. That's a fantastic throw, but nobody was in the box. Nobody expected that, especially the players on the field. I didn't expect it. Here is Thomas. Someone's got to close him down, though. Ball's whipped in. Good clear there from Graham. Seconds the ball there. That's not a good sign. There's Antries through on goal. He should have scored. Got lucky there. Got really, really lucky with that one. So Kiddisminster starting to dominate a bit more. Oh, that's good effort. That's a great volley that is from Matt Lowe. Didn't expect that. Saying that, though, he scored some absolute blinders in pre-season, but he hasn't done it in the league. Ofusu to Brown. He's through on goal. Oh, that's a great save from Lewis. That's a key save. We're struggling right now. We're really bad. We are not playing very well today. All right, here's Owens. All right, so I'm going to make a change here because we're just that bad, aren't we? Let's bring on Jack Byrne for Matty Lowe. Sweeney. Could bring Monster Armson. Yeah, we'll do that. All right, so that's all three changes. Thinking about switching to a counter-attacking style because just not getting things going offensively right now. Oh, here's Brownie's through on goal. Lucky enough, a defence got back there. Here's a Fusu got in the box, though, and that's a good save from Dan Lewis. If we get something out of the game today, it's because of Dan and goal. All right, 70 minutes in. Should we go defensive? I'm always apprehensive of doing that, though, just because I feel like it invites pressure on. Could do the opposite. Could go attacking. Now, let's try and hold out for this point. What we're going to do is we're going to go defensive. I'm going to go against my instinct. I usually like to play an attacking system. So I'm going to go against it, against my inhibitions, and go defensive. Not my style. It really isn't my style. But you know what? I said 4 points to be good out of these two games. If we get it today, get that point, then that would have completed what I wanted. So set us up nicely for the last 4 games of the season. All right, so there's a couple minutes added on. Come on, 3 minutes to go. Just hold on nice and tight. Yeah, it's been all Kiddisminster since second half. We haven't created anything whatsoever. Oh, here's a Nate chance, though. Here's Willow. He's through on goal. Come on, Ammo. Oh, Willow. That was a chance there to win it right at the end there. Would have been a smash and grab job, but unfortunately, Willow couldn't score. Oh, Aaron. Oh, how did you miss that, son? All right, never mind. All in all, though, I'm happy with the point. Especially playing a game 2 days afterwards. My team never usually produce like that, so with all those results in mind, this is how things shape up. Look at the league table. Let's go to stages. Let's enlarge it a little bit for you. So we're 5th. Doing good. We're not going to catch Salford. That's gone. So we're not going to get automatic promotion this year. However, we are 7 points clear of Darlington. And we've got a much better goal difference than they have too. So you can almost add a point onto that. So 8 points clear of Darlington. They're in 8th. We're in 5th. We're doing well. Obviously, signed a new contract too for next year. So that pretty much guarantees we're going to be here next year. With that in mind, we've got a lot of work to do to try and fix some of the squad. I mean, look at our ability from our assistant manager. 2 best players in the squad are on loan. Ben Tilney as well is in there. Sweeney's in there too. So we're going to have to try and replace some of this talent once they leave. And obviously, we've got a couple of lads too that are contracts expiring that I'm not going to renew despite being some key players. Lee, I want to give you a new deal, but he wants double his money. He wants like £350 a week. I just can't afford him. All right, so that's going to finish up the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button. The next episode will be up against Southport. Just a couple of games for now. What we'll do is we'll do these off camera, and then by that point, hopefully, we'll have guaranteed our spot in the playoffs, and we'll see out the last 2 games of the season, and then talk about who are going to play in the playoffs. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to smash that like button. I truly appreciate it. And if you want to see more videos by me in the future, just hit subscribe, turn notifications on. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.